Hello everyone, Will here from Mature-Minded Gamers, and today I am going to be bringing you a review for Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon by Awakened Realms. The state of the game is current pre-alpha. They should be having an actual beta here version soon. Going to be excited about that, but I kind of wanted to show you what the game state was currently like, how it plays, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, I gotta warn you, there are a lot of bugs right now, and the audio does cut in and out, so I will be trying to make sure that I read everything to you guys. You kind of see if you can't like read the screen and things like that. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump right in. So first up it says, hey there, we hope you're excited to check out the early version of the game, blah, blah, blah. Do you agree to everything? Yes, I do.
Kuinagd is dying. Its barren fields provide little food, and its crumbling walls offer no protection. As the power of the Guardian Menhir fails, the Wyrdness creeps ever closer. Twisting places, creatures, and even space itself. Despite this, the people of the farmhold refuse to leave. Instead, Lord Yvain led 4 of their best on a desperate mission to Camelot. They promised to bring back help. They never returned. Now those left behind are growing desperate. They will try to bestow the burden of their fate on someone else. New heroes, with an even slimmer chance of success.
Alright, pretty cool intro video. Pretty awesome there. Do like the style and the direction of the art. It reminds me a lot of the board game itself. Good splash screen. It's really cool. All right. So you got 2 characters to choose from. You have Bior and LA. All right. So you got local smith and outcast. You know, I think of the 2 characters, I think I'm going to be leaning towards Bior. All right. So just real quick, so everybody knows, this does not spoil the actual board game itself. It's a completely different story, a completely different direction. However, kind of the beginning may be very similar, but don't fret. You're not going to be spoiled anything in the board game itself. Alright, so let's jump right into Bior.
You've been sitting in this dark hall for the better part of the day. The bitterness of your ale, a good match for the bitterness of your thoughts.
Okay.
They found you insufficient. They left you behind like a broken tool.
Alright, so I'm a tool. Alright. So, as you notice here, the audio does stop. There is no narration at this point, so I'm going to be continuing on reading some. And, you know, it does come in and out every once in a while, so. The wound in your side suddenly throbs, and you punch it in response. Pain and rage overwhelming you for a moment. Only then you notice one of the farmhold's guardians standing in front of you, his mouth agape. I have options here. Alright, so this is kind of where you get to kind of choose what you're going to do. I could say, what now? I could raise my fist, you want some of the medicine too? Or I can ignore him. Well, I'm going to ask him, what now?
I am sorry, but it's your turn to lay an offering.
I really do like the fact that they have different voice actors for the different characters and the narration. I am enjoying that quite a bit when it does work. Oh, I got a new quest. The godforsaken offering. It is not your turn today. And even if it were, you know the truth. The Menhirs protection won't last. Oblivion stretches its cold hand towards Connacht Farmhold after claiming many other parts of Avalon. Alright. So we're still in Connacht. Well, that's just, you know, it's the same location you have in the actual board game itself, and you know you've got the Menhirs and you've got the Wyrdness. So let's move on. I so let the Wyrdness come and take this damn place. Begone! I am not in a mood to help anyone. What offering? Or you must have read the ledger wrong. It is not my turn. So something that I've kind of noticed in this is I've noticed that these white options don't really advance the story. It goes to more dialogue, where these go kind of like directly advance the story in different directions. So I kind of hope that in the future they maybe make all of them the same color. I don't know if that's a design decision. I don't know. I mean, I guess if I'm just kind of wanting to go through real quick and play it. So let's go ahead and just choose this top one. Let the Wyrdness come and take this damn place. The face of the guard hardens.
I thought Master Ether made a better man of you.
No, you thought wrong. All right, so time passes. Your wound throbs again, as if something was trying to rip free and join the rolling clouds of Wyrdness outside. Sitting here any longer would be torture. All right, I can either finish my drink or leave. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my drink. It says, welcome to Tainted Grail's pre-alpha. Since it's an early version, please forgive us for interrupting your game in order to explain some things. It basically goes into detail explaining you have a hotbar at the bottom where you can slot items to use either during combat or while you're traveling the world. And then you can hold Alt to highlight the different areas and options that you have as where you can go and travel or what you can maybe even fight. So this game is a little bit different than, you know, when you think about the board game. Obviously you have these cards you can flip over to go to the different locations. But this kind of is more like a point-and-click adventure where you can click on a location. Your guy's going to actually walk over to the specific area and interact, and it's going to give you options. I think this is a great way to implement how the game and the board game actually works, because not only does it give you a sense of, hey, I'm physically here as opposed to a digital card flipping and stuff. I think they've done a great job with the design decision in this. All right. Also goes into the options for the menus, talking about your quest log, character sheet, inventory. You can also rest to end the day. More for when you get extra characters. Tells you what the hot buttons are, what you can do with the mouse. Maybe the big thing here is you've got to double click to be able to actually execute a move. You just single click to draw the movement path. All right. So we've got Bjor standing right next to this Menhir. I can hold Alt and it's going to bring up all the different locations, like the Forge Master, Yrfir's home, the Mead Hall, a Red Priest camp, a Crazed Dog, Connacht-in, another Crazed Dog. We got a gate, we got a brooch. We can zoom out a little bit here. We've got the Hunter's High Seat. Yeah, so kind of this is our town that we're in now, and you can notice this like blue miasma here. That's the Wyrdness, and that's you do not want to travel into. That, you know, you obviously just like in the game, board game itself. So, all right. So first up, I think we definitely need to go to this Menhir. We know it's not our turn for the daily offering, but that's kind of where the quest is wanting to take us. So let's go ahead and travel there first.
The local Menhir now towers above you, weathered and cracked, its ribbons flapping in the wind. The thought that this tired old thing is the only protection from pure weirdness outside of Farmhold sends shivers up your spine.
Alright, so the text that's on the screen now is exactly what was just read, so we're going to click through this.
Menhirs, raised by Merlin himself in the Age of Conquest, are said to have different appetites. The one before you seems to best respond to fresh blood, and its thirst is not easy to quench.
Alright, so we can look for a sacrifice. We could spill our own blood. That would require 60 health. I really don't want to do that because I've only got 120. That's half my health. Let's go ahead and look for a sacrifice, and it kind of tells you what's going to happen. It looks like we're going to get a quest if we do this. The Menhir can be sated with animal blood just as easily with human offering. Unfortunately, livestock is now scarce and very expensive. You will need to hunt down some wild creature and drag it back to this place. The thought of chasing prey on the edge of Wyrdness makes you anxious. Your eyes slide past Connacht's prison brooch. Maybe there is another, safer way to appease the Menhir. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and leave. So we have options now. We can go to our quest journal, which is over here on the left, and it's going to tell us we got a main quest as well as kind of like a side quest. Well, the main quest here is the Menhir really needs to be extended. We need some sort of sacrifice. The side quest we have is we have options we could do. So we have lesser beings we can animal sacrifice. Blooded shackles, there's a prisoner in the brooch located north of the Menhir. Or we have martyrdom, which is blood your own should do. It's gonna spill our own blood. 60 health, that's too much for what I want to do. So of those 3 options, we can either, go over here and try to fight a dog, grab a carcass and take it over to the Menhir, or we can go to the brooch and we can try to grab a prisoner, take his blood. Let's sacrifice a human being. Let's go ahead and go to this dog. Let's kind of see how combat would work. Alright, so first up, you're going to notice here, we are going to be fighting 2 crazed dogs. They do have an armor, which is a percentage reduction of how much damage you're going to do. Their health here, and then they also have some stats as far as their chance to avoid, basically evade everything. Their critical hit multiplier, their critical chance, as well as their resistance. Alright, up at the top here, we have what their attack is going to attend to do. It's either going to affect health or apply a buff. Okay, so what do we want to do? Well, we have options. Now, in the board game itself, you have cards. And the cool thing about the cards is you can use these chains to make these combos and, to be able to kind of like, a flow of battle, if you will, which is really interesting. Now, the card game, or the digital version here, doesn't really do that in this pre-alpha stage. And what you have is you either have these blue cards, which are more the defense line, and they affect this kind of like this passive or this charge station over here. And basically what these are going to do is when you get these charges, you can activate them and you're going to gain different amounts of energy. And the energy is how you play a card. So first up, we have 3 energy and or 3 actions we could take this turn. And it's going to take 1 energy to do this. It'll take 1 energy to do that, 1, 1, and 1. There are some that take 2, or some that even take all of your actions. The next thing we can look at is the colors. So again, the blue, red, and again the brawler over here. This is going to be able to give you an active cool thing that says cost of all red cards is 0 this turn, and their damage is increased by 100%. Passive, for every charge, gain plus 10% damage. And then over here we've got fighter. So per charge is plus 3 armor, and you gain 3 energy and draw 2 cards when you activate that one. Now, once you've activated these, or as you build up these points into these stats, at the end of the battle, these go away. So it's not like you can save these for the next battle or anything, which could be pretty cool. Well, down here at the bottom, you've got your character, you've got your health, your sanity, your resolve, you've got your debuff. Well, we're drunk, so maybe we shouldn't have had that extra drink, but we have a minus 50% evade chance, so not looking too hot there. We have 1% reduction on the incoming damage. And then over here, we've got our sanity and our health. We've also got our items, so we have the key to the Aoife's abandoned home. We do have some mead, which will restore some sanity and resolve. And then we also have some food, and that'll restore some health and resolve. So the first thing we want to do is we want to attack these crazed dogs because we know they're going to be coming for us. So let's look at an attack card. This attack card will do 8 to 13 damage. It'll put plus 2 charge for glyph charge into the red glyph. But 8 to 13, man, that isn't the highest amount of damage. We also have these careful approach. We have preparation. We have shield of thorns. We also have another preparation. So 5 cards in our hand. Not that many as far as options go. Alright, so let's go ahead and just do a swift strike first. Let's go ahead and just attack one of these crazed dogs. So we select the card, we select the crazed dog. Alright, did a little bit of damage there, so we only did 8. Now we have some preparations we can do. So this one here, preparation, you notice it says draw a card, momentum. If next card is blue, draw 1 card. Momentum is kind of like the status where it can carry over the timer tokens that you'd place on the cards. These are pretty cool because, you kind of want to make sure that you're chaining something. This is the way that they're kind of using the chain and the momentum. So nothing really going to do any damage except for this careful approach. So let's go ahead and take that first. It'll also increase our resistance for 100%. So let's go ahead and do this careful approach on this crazed dog because we know he's going to attack us. And then, so the next fill effect, it lasts 1 turn longer. So let's go ahead and use this Shield of Thorns as well. Alright, so we've kind of got some buffed up here. We're going to end our turn. We get attack, you hit for some damage. He buffs himself a little bit here. So now he's got plus 25% evasion for the next 3 turns is the duration. We draw a new hand of 5 different cards. We now have options. So when you look at this, at the passive is for every charge, you gain plus 10% damage. So these, like this particular Swift Strike, the one we just did last turn, now it's going to be doing 9 to 15 damage. Which is really awesome, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and let's take this Steel Eater. Let's smack this Crazed Dog here. Noticing now it's 10 to 17 damage. So we've got a range depending on what is kind of like rolled. It's going to give us plus 2. Let's go ahead and take him. Count him a little bit. Ooh, we did critical. So we did extra damage. So he's only got 5 health left. So let's go ahead and kind of finish it off, but we can't play the Bloodletter because it requires 2 energy. We've only got 1. Not good. Alright. Let's go ahead and finish off this Crazed Dog with his Shield Slam. Okay. This Crazed Dog has died. He doesn't get any kind of counterattack. He doesn't have any of those abilities, those traits. So we're going to end our turn, and he's going to be attacking our health. We have a 7% damage reduction. So we got hit for 5 damage. So we now are 105 of 120. And he's got 50 health. No armor reduction, but he does have the evasion stat. So we can use this aggressive stance. I think this may be the way to do it. So if we use this aggressive stance, 5 to 9 damage, lower your non-red runes to 0. So that'll take our blue rune to 0. But that's okay, because what it's going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to play the next red card costs 1 energy less. Well, this card only costs 1 energy, so this essentially be a free card. So we want to go ahead and take an aggressive stance, hit him for 5 to 9. Actually hit him for 6, which wasn't the best, but could be worse. So we can now, this card is free, so we can get 14 to 24 damage. He does have evasion. I'm kind of worried that he's going to evade this attack altogether. But it gives us another momentum. The next card is plus 15% critical hit chance. Ooh, we got a 15. Not too bad. Now we've got this charge for Brawler. The cost of all red cards is 0 this turn. We have no red cards in our hand, so we definitely don't want to pop that right now. So we can either gain some armor by doing shields up, or we could potentially try to hit him for 15 to 25. And the next card is blue, gain 20 armor until the end of the turn. I think we want to try to do some damage because we do have a plus 15% critical chance. So let's see if we can smack him with a jab. Ah, he completely evaded it. Alright, so 1 energy less. So we can go ahead and play the shields up, or we can try to jab him again. We'll gain 20 armor either way. I think this would be a good combo. Man, he evaded it again. Not looking good. Gotta end our turn now. Hit us for another 7. So if we pop this now, we could essentially do both of these red cards for free, which would be nice because these are both 2 energy cards. And then we can go into actually taking all 3 of our actions, because these only cost 1 energy each. And we can play all 5 of our cards this turn on a 29 health character. So let's go ahead and do that. So again, Whirlwind, 19 to 33 damage. This could just finish him off. Almost. I bet this Whirlwind will finish him off. If he doesn't evade it, it does. He immediately dies. We gain some loot. We got some food. We also got some experience. Oh, experience. Okay, what is that going to do for us? Well, let's look at the character sheet here. And you have these skill points you can actually upgrade your characters for. So as you gain experience and you level up, you're going to be unlocking these upgrade slots. And when you upgrade one, you'll be able to choose kind of like skills that go into each of those upgrades. You also can look at the actual cards in your hand and see how many you have of each. You're going to be able to kind of be modifying this deck a little bit as you play and upgrading cards, or even changing out cards, which is pretty awesome as well. And then you also have this exploration skills as well. Haven't gotten too far into this yet. I'm looking forward to what kind of upgrades we'll get there. Alright, so what do we want to do now? We've got this, we killed this dog, and I think we got the body. So let's go over here and see if we can deliver it. Alright, we do have the burned animal remains. We do have the carcass. Okay, so let's go ahead and donate it. You spill the blood at the foot of the statue. The cracked stones drink greedily.
You feel the Menhirs' power surging.
Alright, so we got 10 experience. Not too bad. So the Menhirs' power is surging.
The Wyrdness is pushed back. Once again, the land returned to Kuanacht is smaller than before, barely reaching past the furthest buildings of the farmhold.
Okay. Bystanders disperse, and you sit down to catch your breath. Most of the people are now heading for the meat hall to raise a toast for yet another day of Connacht bought itself with blood. But as you contemplate joining him, you notice a smaller group of villagers moving towards the abandoned house at the edge of the farmhold, now safe from Wyrdness. You catch some words about the wealth you're hoping to find in homes that belong to champions of Yvain's expedition. It might be a good idea to see what's happening over there, especially since the knight who rules Connacht doesn't seem to be around to stop the looting. Alright, got a new quest. Okay, and we also leveled up, so I can kind of show you what that does. So we're going to go to the character panel here. So we can either, we have two different skill lines, either attack or defense, corresponding to two different types of cards we have. So if we click on this empty upgrade slot, it's going to bring up options. We either have unending stamina, we can increase the maximum red charge to 12, ultimate still costs 10, buying this upgrade costs 1 skill point. This one gives us a plus 2% critical chance, and buying this upgrade costs 1 skill point. Each red charge does. And then each red charge over here is plus 2 cripple chance per attack. What does defense give us? Let's look at that. Alright, on each hit received in combat, plus 1 armor. This one here is each blue charge is plus 3 resistance. This one here, does not work in alpha. Health gain from consumables is doubled during combat. Okay, well, I think, the critical is going to be the best chance for us. So each red charge is going to give us a plus 2 critical. So at a full charge, that's plus 20% critical chance per attack. Could be huge. Anything in inspiration? No. Nothing in inspiration. No skills. Alright, so let's look at our quest log. So Euphra's like a father you. Crowd that gathers near his home can't mean anything good. So I think the best bet for us is to go to Forge Master's home. Kind of see what this crowd is all about. So we're going to click twice. The people gathered in front of Euphra's house argued loudly. Some of them are trying to stop the others from breaking the door down. It seems like the crowd wants to loot the house before the Wyrdness once again cuts it off from the rest of the town. As much as you hate the idea of robbing your friend and mentor, you can't deny that Euphra is most likely dead. And even if he isn't, with the Wyrdness clouding roads and trails, he will be hard-pressed to ever return. We can try to stop this madness. The man you're trying to rob was just a smith. What will you do with this tool? Scratch your backs? Step aside, I'll let you in. And I don't know if I'd let him in. I think I'm going to try to stop this madness. One of the people shouts, "The smith is gone. We can't let any of his belongings go to waste. Step back or you'll be sorry." Step back, scum, like you have no right to claim the property of someone who fights to save Connacht. Didn't really give me options there. Oh, gonna go into a fight with some peasants. Okay. And looks like you're gonna be try to heal himself, and these guys are both gonna tap me. So I think right now with this guy being full health, it's one of these two really needs to be the first that I focus on. Do I have anything that could maybe attack everybody? I do not. Oh, here we go. Whirlwind. 7 to 12 damage to all enemies. Gain +1 energy or charge for each enemy hit. This guy's gonna heal, but I could hit both of these guys. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go with Whirlwind. Alright, looks like I hit them each for different amounts. That's interesting. That is just not a universal number. That took 2 of my energy, though, and I only have 1 left. Well, that means the only card I really can play now is this Swift Strike, unless I try to use Preparation. It's going to allow me to draw a card, but I'll have no energy to be able to play it, so Swift Strike is probably going to be my best option. This guy's the weakest over here, so let's go ahead and whip on him. Hit him for 11, and I got 7. Okay. Okay, interesting. Alright, end my turn. got hit. Oh, he heals everybody. Okay, interesting. So I find myself when I'm playing with Bjor, I've really been focusing a lot on playing the red cards. I don't know why. And I know these are kind of like more setups for the blues, but I lean more towards the attack stance. And this shield slam, that's a massive amount of damage, 14 to 23. He only has 1 armor. Alright, so I think if I start with a Steel Leader, it's going to next card is plus 15% critical chance. So I think this is the order I'm going to do it. I'm going to start with this aggressive stance. The next card is 1 less energy. So if I start with that, hit him for 9, that lets me play one of these red cards for free. I'm noticing now it's 16 to 27 damage because my red charges are up. So let's go ahead and whip on him a little bit more, and then we'll take this 2 more energy left. Let's go ahead and take Shield Slam on him, and then try to finish him off with a Swift Strike. That got him. Alright, so we got 2 left. They're both going to be attacking me. I have no really any options. Okay, well, I do like this status buff of gaining plus 10 damage, which is really nice, because that can really raise some stats here and raise some attacks. But I could play every single card in my hand for free this turn. That could really be huge. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's take this Brawler. Noticing that every single red card is now free. Now the problem is, which order do we want to play it in? I think we want to start with Bloodletter, and then we'll attack this guy. The next red card generates some extra energy. And then we'll take this Steel Eater, which has a plus 15% critical chance. And then we'll finish it off with a Softening Blow, because momentum on this guy is if the next card is not red, draw a card. So we'll go ahead and whip on him. Finish him off, obviously. So you got 3 energy left. Use this defensive stance. Noticing when I click it, there's only 1 enemy, it just automatically does it. Got 1 energy left. Do we want to draw a card, or do we want to go ahead and just get some armor? Let's go ahead and just get shields up a little bit here. It also healed us, which is nice. And that is all of our energy this turn. Okay. So we've got options. Defensive stance, 3 to 5 damage. Reset all but blue charges. Didn't really do anything. If the next card is blue, heal for 10%. It heals for 13. That could be nice. Then we can gain some armor, and then we can gain some resistance. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and take a defensive stance, hit him for a little bit. If the next card we play is blue, then we get heal for 10%, which is 13 health. I think getting us a little bit more armor would be pretty nice here. And then no more energy, so let's go ahead and end our turn. That's what he did as well, he healed. So we are full up on fighter cards. Essentially what that's going to allow us to do is gain plus 3 energy this turn. Plus we're going to draw 2 cards. And then a passive of per charge plus 3 armor. So let's go ahead and activate that. We drew some cards here. A lot of blue cards now in our hand. But we got 6 energy to be able to play. How much damage can we really do in this turn? Alright, noticing our shield armor is all the way down again. Let's go ahead and start with a jab, do a little bit of damage, and if we play a blue card, we get some extra armor, which would be nice. And then we get a shield slam, which is going to modify our damage based on our armor value. So again, you can kind of see how the combos are really working. It's really dependent on what card you're going to play next in the chain. And I think they did a really good job of implementing how that works. Got 3 more actions we can do here. We can go ahead and stun him so he doesn't heal. That could be nice. And then let's see if we can finish his armor off a little bit and see if this Swift Strike could finish him off with critical. So close. 2 health left. We did a really big turn that turn. He was stunned, so he didn't activate. Noticing now his armor is negative, so you notice he's got a bit damage shield here. It increases his incoming damage by 6%. So we should be able to finish him off with this Swift Strike. And let's see what we get. Alright, so looks like we got some booze, we got some bandages, which is nice, and we got some food. That's very helpful. We got a little bit of wealth. Awesome. And we got some experience. A couple of your opponents lie dead in the mud. The rest curses you from a safe distance. Many people of Connacht think you cheated on your daily offering, and this bloodshed enraged them further. The stones they began to throw at you hurt, but the fact your own kin turned against you causes even more pain. People look at you, then at each other. Finally, one of them speaks. He's right. Yrfr might still come. After all, he wouldn't leave this forge to his loser of an apprentice. They burst out laugh. Oh, excuse me. The burst of laughter helps relieve some tension, and the crowd starts to disperse. You keep looking towards the door, hand in your pocket resting on the old lead key Yrfr gave you. You decide it makes sense to move some of his more valuable tools before the Wyrdness returns. Well, let's go ahead and open the door with the key. You open the door to glance, probably for the last time, at the familiar interior. Everything looks as it always does, but as you prepare to gather tools scattered around a large workbench, you notice a piece of parchment on the floor under it. Did the draft carry it from the table, or was it discarded by Yrfr? Alright, we got a letter. In this short note, your master explains the reason why Yvain did not take you on his quest. Young Lord of Connacht believed you are too reckless, and he saw your wound as a liability. But Yrfr never doubted you. He believes that should Yvain expedition fail, you are the second best chance Connacht has. As you finish the letter, you are overwhelmed with sadness, but also pride. You put it in your pocket and quickly finish your work. Alright, we got a broken hilt. Okay. And a rusted chess piece. Alright, we got some items here. You should probably go to the meat hall before people start suspecting you are looting the place yourself. Quest complete. Alright, so click on to select new skills. Looks like we got some new cards to choose from. We got a pendulum. We got force opening. We got reposition. That's 9 to 16 damage, 8 to 14. If critical, apply bleeding. Stun an enemy, discard all new cards, and draw 5 new cards. Got some momentums on there. Very cool. I think with me wanting to, I'm just very big on these red cards. I'm going to go ahead and just choose this pendulum. Alright, so let's go to this character panel. Alright, we got 7 to 17 experience. We're still drunk. Got some inventory. Looks like what we got equipped here. We got this blacksmith apron, +1 armor, but we also have this rusted chest piece. So that's going to give us plus 30 health as well as +5 armor. That could be helpful, so let's go ahead and slot that. And then we got a sword. So this will give us +10 damage and +5% critical chance. The broken hilt. So let's go ahead and equip that as well. So we no longer have the hammer or the apron, but we do have some items. We can kind of continue on our adventure now. Where do we want to go? Well, it wanted us to go to the meat hall for the quest, so let's go ahead and travel there for this demo. The moment you enter the meat hall, all eyes turn towards you. Some of the people you met by your mentor's home are here. In front of them stands Mame Knight himself.
We're able to talk sense into these people, to hold things together when tempers ran high. Good.
Very interesting. You shrug your arms. You don't like where this is going, and you do not trust this man.
You might just be the person I was hoping to find. Someone who could handle an urgent task. Guards, escort everyone else outside.
Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of this. Your hands grasp the letter in your pocket. Your mentor also asked you to step up, but what if they were wrong? You're now alone with the knight, trying not to look at the bandages covering half of his face, or to think about unsettling stories you've heard about him.
I kept watching you today. I needed to see how well you deal with hardships and obstacles before I tell you the truth.
Alright, the truth about our Menhir? Then nod your head and listen, or is that why you put my name in the offering today? Well, we know about the Menhir, so let's just kind of, talk about the elephant in the room here. Is he attempting to smile with the unspoilt half of his face? Or is it an angry grin? It would seem this secret is even worse kept than I imagined. Yes, the Menhir won't last much longer. How do you know? Well, did we guess it? Did we feel it? I think we kind of felt it when we were kind of feeling that wound earlier today. Another proof I was right about you. He sighs.
When Lord Yvain left me in charge of this farmhold, I thought the task was beneath me. Turned out it's quite the opposite.
He looks at his bandaged hands and then turns back towards you.
I cannot travel outside anymore. Will you help me?
I really don't have a choice. What do you want me to do? Or are you who you claim to be? Or are you really from Camelot? I don't know. Some of the people of the town believe you sent Yvain on some fool's errand just to rule in his stead. Well, what do you want me to do?
We have to find a way to strengthen Menhir and buy more time, so that Yvain may finish his quest. Blood is not sufficient anymore. We need another source of power to lay at its feet.
Okay. Where should I look? Any ideas? Or the clouds of Wyrdness are still just ascend the town. It's impossible to travel. It's impossible to travel. The knight reaches for the satchel at his side and hands you a couple of candles made from strange dark wax. You shudder. You never thought you'll get to use one of these foul things. Weird candles. Make every one of them count. Some more may still be bought around Connacht, but they scarcer by the day. And do not make a mistake of thinking that their light turns you invulnerable. If you keep peering too long into the Wyrdness, it is bound to look back. His hand touches the bandage on the side of his face. Oh, we got some weird candles. Where should I look? Any ideas?
In days of old, before the purges, it was druids who took care of Menhirs. The one Yvain cast out from the city may still be alive. You may also ask someone who knows a thing or two about objects infused with magic. Your people speak about a witch in the woods to the west. Maybe she knows what could help our stone.
Okay. So, we travel out days of old before the purges. Man. Still be alive. Alright, so you may also ask someone who knows a thing or two about objects infused with magic. Alright, so they talked about that, so, man, I'm kind of curious why they kind of put that back in chat, if they just said it. If you don't go out there, no one will. In weeks, the town will be swallowed whole. Don't wait until the Wyrdness is at our very doorstep. Alright, so we're just gonna leave, I guess, no other options. So we know the druids... Oh, okay, well, let's kind of look over here on the map and kind of see now. Kind of know where to go with this Reewitch of Connacht. So it's the furthest we can kind of zoom out. Well, what's down here? Druids. Okay. So we have places to go, people to see. Different options. Okay. Well, very interesting options we have here. Let's go visit this witch since we are on this side of the map anyway. Whoa, we don't have any weird candles on here. A lone guard glances at you nervously as you step past the farmhold's gate. I hope you're not planning to bail on us. Not that the roads are a little bit clearer like this ungrateful foundling did. Who? You know, Nancy's herb girl, Allay. She stormed off as soon as you lit the Menhir. Oh my gosh. So where does she go? So tell me where she's going. Good, we need no weaklings here. I think we need to find out where she's going, see if we can follow her. Maybe we should recruit her to our party. She never tells us when she's sneaking in or out of the farmhold. But this time, she went down the path leading to Caraway Inn. If you stumble upon her, maybe you could talk some sense into her. Alright, so we're just going to walk out. So, oh my goodness. So we are in the weirdness. What do we need to do? Well, let's go to our inventory and let's take some of these weird candles, pop them right there in our active slot. I think also maybe putting a bandage down here would be a good idea. So if we click on this weird candle, it automatically turns everything blue. We are a little bit safer. And there is a crazed dog in our path. If we also hold Alt, again, we can notice there's a resource pile here. Very important to hold that Alt because I have missed this so many times and I never noticed it before. So I wonder if we can sneak past this thing. So let's try. So obviously not. He's right in our path. Two crazed dogs ready to attack us. We got a handful of red cards. Holy smokes. Do we have anything, that whirlwind card that can attack everybody? I do not see it. This is not looking good. Alright, so if we start with that aggressive stance, the next card will be cost 0. Get a little bit of action in there. So if we can figure out something to apply some negative status here. Yes, let's go with this bloodletting. And then if we play this softening blow, we can do 24 to 40 damage to him. Holy smokes, that wiped him out. Good little combo there. Taking out a dog in one turn. Couldn't have worked out better for us. Alright, so that's all the energy we have for that turn. Let's move on to the next round. He's going to duck and run. What's he going to try to do here? Give us a little bit more evasion for the next 3 turns. Okay. Well, this doesn't help us, because if we should have had that the first turn, I think we did alright. Alright, so if he attacks us, he's going to get bleeding. We know he's going to attack us. It's going to be more of a defensive turn this turn, I believe. Let's go ahead and do this pendulum. Didn't work. Shield of Thorns and shields up. Alright, so this gives us a little bit more armor. And if he attacks us, he's going to get bleeding. Alright. Oh, wait. It didn't work. He didn't get the bleeding trait. Broken. Alright. Let's see what we got here. We can remove all our negative statuses. Yes, I think that's a good idea. Okay. Let's go ahead and use Headmaster. Stun him for a turn. So our turn was essentially over anyway. Man, some great options here. I don't like this. I mean, I like the idea of the aggressive stance because it would cost him 1 less, but it would lower all of our blue down to 0. I don't really want to lower it all down at the moment. So I think our best bet, if we use this shield slam first, and then we use some swift strikes to see what we can do to knock him out. So down to 25. I don't think this is going to happen. Oh my goodness, it may. If we could just make sure this is 11. It did 15. All right, so we got that crazed dog. We got some more food. So we have tons and tons and tons of food. Let's go ahead and restore a little bit of our health by eating a couple bits of food. We are up to 130. That is actually 10 higher than we started with, because now we have 160 because of our chest piece. We do have a bandage down here. Removes all wounds. All right. So this candle is going to be only active for a couple more turns. Let's definitely grab this resource pile here. I got some wood. Let's see what this stash of oddities is here. Ooh, got a torch, got mead, an observatory. That's some money. Alright. While I keep wanting to check out these... Man, so many options, but we're on a quest for fun. We only have so many weird candles. We don't have too much time. You notice these little numbers right here is 1. Means another time pass. So now we're in the weirdness. Let's see if we can travel there without getting... Alright, we made it. This witch was supposed to be a piece of local folklore that wet nurses used to scare little brats into submission. Now, as you stand in front of her place, you feel a shiver coming down your spine. Was she real all the time, or did the weirdness conjure her from your town's myths and legends? Whichever is true, her devastated old ruin of a house looks like a piece of nightmare. Even though there's a faint candle lit coming from inside, everything about this place screams, run away. Okay, so we're already here. We know we need to go in here. Let's go ahead and get closer. You barely make one step towards the door when a weird clay monstrosity pounces right at you from the dark. Uh-oh. A wolf walker. And that art is just nasty and scary looking. I love it. Alright, we know he's going to be attacking us. Oh my goodness, 168 health. That is insane. Luckily, he has no armor. Shake the mountain. Well, this wouldn't be good because it would lower our own armor down by 20. That'd be a devastating blow. I don't know if that'd be worth it. Because it's our entire turn. No, I don't really think I want to do that. Alright, let's start off with the Steel Eater. Let's go into a Swift Strike. Well, the only reason I wanted to use this Cleansing Blow is because, yes, it's going to remove all of our negative statuses. We don't have any. It's going to lower our blue cost, but down by 1, so we'll be able to play this card, which I want to do anyway, but it is going to give us a charge in our blue for free, essentially. So it's kind of what I want to do. Okay. Ooh. Took a bite out of us there. Because this could be big. Let's go ahead and use this defensive stance. Yes, it's going to lower our red down to 0, but the next blue card we play, which we're really going to be playing a blue card, is going to heal us. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually start off with the Steel Eater here. And then we're going to go into the defensive stance. Oh no, I did that wrong because it costs 2 energy to do it. Oh no. Alright, I guess that really shows you got to be paying attention to what is going on. What did he do? Cost something on himself. Plus 10 armor. Okay. So we kind of want to start off with a blue card because it will heal us for 10% of our health. So if we use this jab. That healed us a little bit. I think we're going to use a Swift Strike and a Swift Strike. See if we can take him down a notch. Get him under 100 would be helpful. Oh, no, we evaded it. Oh, man, this guy's not being helpful here. He debuffed us a little bit. We got minus 5% max stamina. We got cursed. Yeah, bloodletting. That could be helpful. Let's go ahead and do bloodletting. Let's kind of defense up here with Shield of Thorns so if he attacks us. Okay. So something broken about that because when I use that Shield of Thorns, when he attacks me, he should be getting bleeding, and he's not getting the bleeding debuff. I mean, it's not increasing this number. Oof. Yeah, let's do this little combo here. Let's start with the Pendulum. Let's knock him down a tick with Swift Strike, and then let's use Head Smasher. Just go ahead and stun him so he won't heal. He'll take a little bit of damage from his bleeding. He's got 43 health left. Don't really want to use Whirlwind there. 26 to 44. If this crits, we could be knocking him out with a softening blow. 1 energy to cast. We're going to try it. Oh, so close. So close. He's got 10 health left. If we use this aggressive stance, if we crit with that one, it could take him out. Oh, no. Oh, no. We got 1 energy left. We need to do at least 3 damage. Let's go ahead and just do the whirlwind. That should finish him off. Fantastic. Got some food, some experience. With the beast dead, there's nothing preventing you from entering the hut now. Go inside to examine the beast. Well, I really want to look more at this beast. Carefully flip over the fresh carcass. Wyrdness twisted this creature almost beyond recognition, but a long time ago it was probably some sort of a guard dog. Oh, we got an experience for checking it out. All right, let's move on inside. The door creaks. You step inside, only to be stunned by a loud bang and a sudden flash of light. Your ears are ringing. I love that little tone that they add there. It's just like, it's those little touches that just makes that game really cool. Among the smoke, a silhouette of a hooded woman waves her hands, performing what looks like magical gestures. Uh-oh. Well, we're here. She's being... She wasn't expecting us to, you know, that guard dog. Do we just kind of wait her out? Do we just attack her? I mean, she wasn't really attacking us. She's kind of more defending herself. She didn't know we were coming. She doesn't know who we are. What do we do? I don't want to run away. I'm like, I came here for a reason. I don't think I'm going to attack her. I think I'm just going to try to wait her out and see what happens. Her mysterious incantations soon change into more discernible curses. You bloody fool! Do you even realize what you've done? Without my pet, the next weird bear to come this way will simply barge in. You look back towards the creature you killed outside, and you suddenly feel a pang of shame. Get out of here before you do more damage. All right, we don't have enough gold to give her reparations for the creature we killed. We can apologize to her, but the beast attacked me first. It did, so that's what I'm going to say. Yes, it did, but it was trained to do. It doesn't change the fact I'm now in trouble because of you. We still can't give her reparations. The only thing we really do is apologize. Yes, I'll be sure to remember you're sorry as the beasts of Wyrdness rip me to shreds. The vitriol in her words could eat through a steel plate. Okay, I killed your guardian. What can I do to settle the score? Tell her of Kunok's plight. We can work out a deal. If you help Kunok, we will send some guards to protect you here. Alright, what do I need to do to settle the score? There might be a way to undo the damage you've done. I know of a geist that I could use to bind a new guardian to this place. She thinks for a while. There's one ingredient you have to bring me, though. The black tongue of a man hanged for his crimes. All right. You kind of threaten her a little bit. That's one of looks like the aggressive. I think that's going to go right into battle. Where will I find it? A couple of weeks ago, when the trail was still open, a patrol from Camelot caught up and stringed up some brigands not far from here. Look for Great Lone Oak. Alright, kind of shows us exactly where it is. Oh my goodness, you can see the brigands hanging from the tree. You got looks like a guard standing there. You can kind of see the red circle around him, so it's probably somebody's going to attack us when we get closer. Either that, or you could wait until someone in your farmhold deserves a good hanging. Just keep in mind the crimes need to be real. Alright, we got a new quest. Quest for fun. Alright, so let's see here. We have... There's the tree. There's a brigand. It looks like it's yellow for whatever reason. Maybe it's just where we need to go. Okay. Well, let's venture forth. Uh-oh. Whew. Make sure we get that weird candle. Ooh, Lone Birch Ruin. Let's go ahead and travel here. The unsightly view of once proud defense tower welcomes you. In your younger days, such structures provided you with a feeling of safety, and the fact that it has collapsed seems a fitting symbol for the times you've come to live now. Perhaps it could be rebuilt. I could spend 20 resources in total to rebuild this brooch. It will then function as a standard brooch. 20 resources. I have 4. I don't feel like I have enough. Alright, so spend 1 resource, spend 2 resources, spend 10, 5, 4. So maybe you could do it over time, or you can spend 1 and then, you know, let's go ahead and put up resource, see what happens. There's still a great deed for material to even begin rebuilding. Alright, let's go ahead and leave. Something was over here. There was a stash of oddities. Alright. Oh, there's the Caraway Inn. That's where we know where Alea was heading. However you say her name. I can never say it right. Alright, let's head to this head wealth. We know where we need to go. Uh-oh. Ran out of time. These greed candles definitely don't last long. You really need to be on your A game. Ooh, got some money. There's a farm. Got some resources. Torch. Alright, we're moving into the Brigand. 125 health, 15% armor reduction. Okay. I want to get his armor down, so let's go ahead and start with a Steel Eater. Let's go ahead and do another Steel Eater. Doesn't really give us much options. The Cleansing Blow. Huh. Okay, I got to enter turn. Ooh, hit us for 19. Man, this guy hits hard. Well, we do have the momentum from the last turn where this jab is going to be free for us. Alright, if we do a blue card, we're going to get 20 armor. If we do this card, it's going to allow us to play this one for free. Okay. Well, aggressive stance. And then we'll play this for free. We have 1 energy left, so we get to draw a card. Defensive stance really doesn't help us. 17. This guy is hitting like a Mack truck. Alright, stun him up. Let's go ahead and raise our armor up, even though he's stunned for next turn, if he lives long enough. Alright, finished him off with the pendulum there. What are we going to get? We're going to get, we got a weird candle and we got a torch. This increases fog dispersion radius, illuminates your surroundings, and provides movement bonus. Lasts for 5 turns. As the gnarled branches of this long-dead oak emerge from the weirdness, you can only think about one thing. People who committed this execution were idiots. No one should leave dead bodies at the mercy of pure weird. Then, with each step, you begin to hear it. A vibration in the air, a barely audible sound that slowly unfolds into a disarmic chant. The Hangman'S tree is singing. Uh-oh. Plug your ears, approach the tree, listen to the song. Oh man, this is creepy. What do I want to do? Do I plug my ears? Do I freak out? Do I investigate? Am I truly a hero, or do I just kind of mosey along? I'm a hero. Let's approach this tree. You are now under the tree. The song grew louder, and you're sure that if you focus on it, you can make out some words. Out of all cadavers dangling from the branches, only 3 look like they still have a tongue. Ooh. 1, 2, or 3. Let's go to the middle. The second brig is hanging higher up. You climb the branches carefully to reach him. As you pull back his hood, you let out a vile curse. He was weird claimed. He has no mouth. Suddenly, a branch we're standing on moves. Your landing at the bottom of the tree is very painful. Ooh, 17 health loss. Alright, first one. You approach the rotten body of a brigand that's hanging from the lowest branch. Burying your nose into a forearm, you block the smell. You reach for his mouth. The moment you touch him, a horrific scream comes out of the depths of his fetid tongue-less throat. You stagger back, shocked. Oh man, got some horror hits here. This one here is the third body swings from the end of one of the highest branches. The climb would be difficult, even without the sudden gust of wind. Finally, you reach for the cadaver's open mouth and pull out his tongue. That suddenly wriggles like a big black worm. Oh man, got us getting sanity loss here. Got his tongue. You make your way down, ignoring the sudden tremble of the branches. Got 5 experience. Okay, looks like we did get a new skill. Got another pendulum here. We got raining blood. Alright, I like that one. You know, it lasts all. It gives them bleeding, 10 to 15 to all enemies. Nice blue card. Okay, you know what I'm going to try to do is, let's go into my inventory. Let's take one of these torches. And let's activate this torch, increasing our view radius here. We got a bear. Okay. Kind of want to fight the bear. Let's do it. 220 health, 15 armor. He's going to be attacking our... I'm curious to see how much damage he does as far as like what is the multiplier here and everything. I'm kind of curious about that. Okay, let's look. Whirlwind. And we're going to start with Steel Eater, and then move on to Head Smasher. We have 1 energy. I wish there was something else you could do with your energy. It's like, if you don't have any cards, you know, maybe like pump up a charge. You know, use an energy to pump up a charge. I think that could be really nice. Because I draw this card, but it really does nothing for me. I can't play it because... Alright, a hand of blue. Okay. Well, let's use this jab. But I do like this defensive stance. However, we're going to do a jab. And then we're going to use the shields up. Okay. Ooh, 28. Probably a bad idea to fight the bear. Don't poke the bear. Alright, let's see here. If we play, get 20 armor if it's a blue card. We're going to do another shield slam. Okay. This is not good. Oh, I had an energy left. I didn't realize. Oh, no. I left an energy on the table. All right, so we're definitely going to be popping this brawler. We're going to be popping every single one of these swift strikes. So we got 4 swift strikes. We're going to be using them all. Hopefully knocking this bear out in 1 turn. Oh, yeah, there it is. And he is out of here. 1 food. for a big bear with only 3 experience? You gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh, an amalgamated monstrosity. I really think I want to go fight that, but at the same time, I don't want to die. Let's head back to the witch. I think our weird candle's gonna run out. Oh, there it goes. Go ahead and pop a new one. So many areas you really want to go get everything, but at the same time you're like, I really don't, because I only have so many weird candles. I told you I need the black tongue of a man hanged for his crimes. Here's your tongue. Thank you. This will do. Alright, we lost the tongue, which is fine, because I really didn't want the thing anyway. Completed the quest. I need your help, Canuck's Menhir. Tell her of Canuck's plight. We can work out a deal. If you help Canuck, we will send some guards to protect you. I need your help, Canuck's Menhir. Fine. As the Menhir crumbles, it's becoming more and more numb. You need to jolt it with something new. Something it never felt. Magic from the homelands. Powerful, ancient magic. And where can I find it? Apart from Camelot, the family graves of your Lord Yvain might be a good bet. His ancestors date back to the homelands, after all. Alright, looks like we have a burial chamber here. I don't know what that blue thing was. It was just standing there. Kind of creepy. I got a new quest. Didn't really give us a clue of where that gravesite was. Let's see if we can move the mouse around. See if we can see anything. I am just not seeing a gravesite. Oh, man. Oh, here we go. All down here, the lone graves right across the way. And a maimed knight is standing there. All right, everyone. That is going to actually end our review for Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon, the pre-alpha release. A couple thoughts that I have of the game I want to talk to you about real quick. What I like about it, what I'm looking forward to some changes. So I really like how the adventure systems work, where you're going to be moving around the map. I think it's a great way from a digital release to kind of put that same feeling into the exploration, and it's not so clunky. I do enjoy it. I think the scaling is a little bit off for your character size versus some of the buildings, which is definitely fine because it's more there as a representation anyway, and I would rather kind of see my characters. So I've heard some grumblings about that, and some people, you know, I think one of the developers was actually talking about how they know the scaling is off. I'll be honest, I like it. I don't, doesn't bother me one iota. I think combat is fun once you kind of wrap your head around what you're doing. It is that kind of similar feel as the chain, where with the momentum cards and the energy. I would like to see a little bit as far as like in the combat, knowing how much the possibility of what I'm going to get hit for, like what their strength is, I guess, would be more information that I could have, the better. I would like to see options that when you first load in, there's no there's no menu system. It's really just start and quit. So like when I first loaded up, the volume is just astronomically high, and there's no way to lower down the master volume until you actually get in game, which is not like a deal breaker or anything like that. Just like simple quality of life type stuff. I do enjoy the combat. Like I was saying, I like how the momentum works. I think they did good there. All in all, I think it's pretty solid. I'm not having any problems with it. I know in the beta version, they just released a video that the combat is actually going to be more similar to like an RPG. When you play a card, it actually does like this animation for the attack, and you're going to actually have like a zoomed in view of the creature and the attack and everything. That's pretty cool. I can see that as being a fun way. I really hope they don't change the combat mechanics too much, because I do feel like it still chains and has a similar feel. So, all in all, a really good start to what could be an amazing adventure. I would love to hear if this game is going to feature any kind of multiplayer elements. I'm curious to see if that's even going to be an option. And so far, I'm excited. I think this is a good implementation. I can't wait till the game comes out. So, all right, everyone, that was Will from the Mature Minded Gamers talking to you about Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon, pre-alpha build. We do have a bunch of other great content from video games, board games, and much more. So please hit that like and subscribe video. And until next time, everyone stay safe, and we will see you at the table. Take care, everyone.